3 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll try the air now with Smith. Got a man open. It's K.J. Hill. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up second.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And going deep for Hill. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. That one goes for 30 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Williams. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Bengals.
Out of the gun, Smith into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. They will be led out by perhaps the best ever. At 43 years of age now, it's the great Tom Brady.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, We're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious that that'll help them win.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Brady to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They've clinched the top spots to the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Lightning speed there from the safety, Devin McCourty, on the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Antonio Brown. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. The numbers for Mixon last week, 15 carries, 84 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
At their own
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Cameron Hayward on the tackle. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Texans nothing.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Smith. Throw left side complete. It's Carter. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, here's Smith. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On 1st down, Williams. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Williams, the ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Now Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bengals.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Cincinnati set to take over once again, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 9, Brady to the right side to Eric Ebron.
Brady's
That
back.
catch good for only a yard, and it will be 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Brady. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Rosas on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway.
Good.
And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Bengals 10. Texans nothing.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll run on 1st down. Williams, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Smith. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 4th in the NFL in 2018, 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Brady. Looking sideline, incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
He was covered by Prince Amukamara.
To throw again, Brady. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Man open left side, it's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On 1st down, Brady. Caught left side, Williams. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
To Mike Williams. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Texans' 41-yard line.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started with a good one in the AFC. Indianapolis taking on Pittsburgh at Heinz Field. And they are nearing halftime with the Steelers out in front. Alexander Mattison with a touchdown run. From there, it's off to Southern Nevada. Check out the action going on beside the neon lights of Las Vegas. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Andy Isabella, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with with a strong first half. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will make it into the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Mixon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He was brought down by Patrick Peterson. A 5-yard gain.
On 2nd and 15 now. Brady firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Brady's pass complete to Eric Ebron.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to us.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Akeem Hicks, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out, they'll try to increase the pressure.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Brings up
On 2nd and a yard, Smith, catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards, a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He was brought down by Matt Milano.
Operating from the gun, Smith. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Smith. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
25-yard.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Mixon, the Bengals.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Operating from the gun. Brady. Ebron caught left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Joe Mixon.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Down at the 30.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. Mixon. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out.
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier, fumbled on the play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. From the gun, Brady. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun, Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
1st down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston, it's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Brady. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Akeem Hicks make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now Brady fights off the defender. And the pressure gets to him again. Akeem Hicks make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
13, Texans 3.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And the final 2 weeks, just like a formality pretty much, they're going to be the #1 seed. But there is the matter of that perfect record, 14-0 right now. How might that change how they approach these next 2 games?
And I think what it does is it forces you to come together as a team and as an organization and say, okay, what are we really trying to accomplish here? And what's the best way to reach those goals? For some teams, the best way is to stay focused, stay locked in, go for a perfect season, and then take that open week to rest and heal up before the playoffs begin. For others, okay, we've got it locked in. Let's start to tamp it down a little bit. Get these guys rested and ready to go. All depends on your organization. I think most players would tell you, let's go for the perfect 16-0.
Yeah, I think the fan base, they would usually say that as well, wouldn't they?
They certainly would. The hard part, though, is if you get beat along the way, we should have rested the guys.
Exactly.
You know how it works.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Alex Smith, sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 at the 19. Operating from the gun, Smith. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a
From the gun, Smith looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up third.
Smith throwing again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for his wideout.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
9-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6.
Texans 6.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And you can see they've already clinched the AFC North. As it stands, of course, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend. But you know, we always talk about how coaches say, we want to win that division, and that's the key thing, right?
Oh, that's absolutely right, and that comes all the way down from the front office. They build their teams to win their division first, because if you do that, you guarantee that first game at home. Yeah, if you get the #1 seed in a bye, that's terrific. The bottom line, get into the playoffs. There are a heck of a lot of teams watching that wish they were in your spot.
Now Brady under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Akeem Hicks in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Intended for Mike Williams. Incomplete. He was defended by Patrick.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Houston set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And it's 2nd down. Throwing again. Smith. Over the middle, complete. It's Carter. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over, because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
On first down, it's Smith. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Back to the air, Smith on second down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Thomas. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. And that'll be incomplete. K.J. Hill, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again. Smith. Throw left side complete. It's Williams. And he will be out of bounds with a first down as they will have a 1st and goal on the other side of the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jamal Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow is good. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
To throw is Brady. Over the middle here to Brown. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Play action, now it's Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Brady to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now it's Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
The 17-yard line.
Smith. This one complete. It's Isaiah Wright. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
At the 27-yard line.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Chris Boswell set.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First throw of overtime for Brady. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Antonio Brown. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 39-yard.
Shotgun now for Brady. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Brady.
Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
And now out comes Houston. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Yeah, we dominate today.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
And long.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up third.
Throwing on third down, Smith. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
That'll be complete to Cook. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That's a gain of 5.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Off the draw, here's Williams. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, Williams. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Sweat brought him down.
Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.